here.
3-1-2-6. I thought my Amigo Diablo was pretty unlucky after contacting the rail down the back last week. Only went down by a half a length to Shahzadar, who I've put in for second. Two Lakeview pairs getting stronger in the run. He'll be flashing late, and for Paul Voltron for fourth.
Yeah, I really liked me Amigo Diablo. I love that pattern here. Hopefully there's no abstract mistakes he makes like he did down in the back straight. Lakeview pair, big improver here, but I am keen on me Amigo Diablo to lead all the way. 3, 1, 2 and 6.
And the white Me Amigo Diablo has been best back since markets open today. $3 into $2.15. And for these two blokes here looking to get the night off to a winning start, let's head upstairs to the voice of Sandown Park. And for tonight's 3 Group 1 finals, it's Dan Hibbard.
No rain about, and it's going to be a bit chilly later on, but the best night of racing during this part of the year and this part of the world. As Sky join us, thank you Patch, and RSN with us also. Thank you Damo for the first of a massive night, the first of 12 here at Sandown on Group 1 night, Sandown Cup night 2026. Green light set to go the first, they're ready. And away, and beginning quickly with Shahzadar on the inside, joined quickly by Me Amigo Diablo, and wider out Deuce and Luna getting across. Checked off heels there was Lakeview pair, as Paul Voltron goes up to third, as Me Amigo Diablo takes off down the back. Mystery Nell's at the rear of the field. Me Amigo Diablo leads by 4 lengths on Shahzadar through to second. Past Paul Voltron, making ground now was Lakeview pair, but it's all Me Amigo Diablo, leads by 5 and is home. Me Amigo Diablo beat Shahzadar and Lakeview pair. Fourth in was Paul Voltron ahead of Deuce and Luna, and Mystery Nell was at the rear of the field, and it's a good run. 29.46.
29 and 46 to Me Amigo Diablo, amended to 29.44. Run home 10.54. If you're unfamiliar with those sort of numbers, it's on the stronger side, particularly for a greyhound having the second start for its career. And Nath, it was game, set and match pretty early, particularly when that gap sort of was retained down the back straight.
Yeah, well, that's what cost it in the heat last week when it bounced off the rails. I thought it might have cost itself 4 lengths. You take 4 lengths off the 29.75 that it posted last week, and you get that 29.5 number, which it was able to do tonight. I think the red actually done it a favour by just making it run straight through that initial first 100 metres. Got through that catching pen corner a lot better down the back, opened them up, and kept running through the line quite strongly. No surprise to see Dawn Johnson with a handy Sandown runner. She knows how to produce them here, and she kicked off the night with a very impressive youngster.
So significant improvement there, Duck, around 5 lengths, and exactly what you want to see from a greyhound having its second start.
Yeah, and as we touched on before the race, Nath probably factored in about a loss of 4 lengths from hitting that rail, so probably no shock there with the time. What I liked about it, probably didn't begin as well as expected, and the one Shahzadar was almost laying out on him at the first turn, and he still showed that great courage to have that barge factor. Shrugged him off early, found the rail, and then got into that full momentum, and there was no mistakes down the back straight this time.
What about for Lakeview pair? You were optimistic of improvement from him. What did you take out of his performance?
Yeah, just the back half of his race is excellent. At this stage of his career, he's just making too many mistakes. I think if he goes to a 510-metre maiden at Sale or something on a Sunday night, I reckon he'll be a fantastic bet.
Nath, you made a comment before, and I remember you saying this about a greyhound. This is going back a long period of time. I can't remember who it was, but you said that Shahzadar did my Amigo Diablo a favour by sort of keeping it off the track. Is that something that's important at such a young age for sort of greyhounds to learn by the actions of others, if that makes sense?
Yeah, sometimes it does, Jace, because what happens is, this dog's most probably had a few pair trials or half fields, and trainers naturally just go, oh, I want the rail, so they dive for, an inside box, and they were able to cross over and follow the rail around. So with Shahzadar running a bit of cover, just most probably helped my Amigo Diablo, considering what he did last week when he wanted to get to the rail and bounce off the rail. So that just made him hold a straighter line through that corner and down the back and get his, his right running line. And then when he was in clear area, he was off, away and gone. And no doubt, Dawn Johnson would have had plenty of looks around here at Sandown with that dog, but might have been first time under lights. I spoke to somebody today, Mick, and they said, well, why would it do that? Would have been around here 20 times. I said, yeah, but it's gone. That's the first time it's actually been under lights. And this time of year, you can still draw race 1 at 7 o'clock, but it's pitch black. And when he would have done all his pre-training, it would have been during the day, or all his solo trials would have been during the day. So that could have been a shadow factor from the lights or anything, you don't know. But that's what I kind of put it down to last week, because as you can well and truly see, the dog's been around here here and well schooled around here and well educated. For him to be hitting the rail, coming out of the catching pen and down the back straight was something that was a bit of a surprise. But you can see how much it lost. Because it was about to put a gap in Shahzadar last week and wasn't able to, but then was only beaten a half a length, where tonight he was able to, use that acceleration and put that gap on him down the back and kept rolling through the line.
And it's something to factor into with these young dogs. Trainers have said to me in the past, the big grandstand with the lights going across, it can be quite daunting for a young dog having basically their first and second go in town. So for Dawn Johnson to knock off a maiden heat and a maiden final and perform brilliantly in both races, this dog will be going places. It'll be interesting to see where they go next. I'm sure there's plenty of races down at Sale and Warragul for her if she doesn't continue in town. Jace with Dawn now.
Duck and Dawn, did you whisper in his ear during the week saying just watch out for that rail down the back straight?
I did, definitely did after last week's jump in the air. So yeah, he had a trial on Monday night, went really well. So
Performed really well tonight, 29.44. Is it those sort of heights that he's shown you during his education?
Oh, definitely. Every time we put him round, he just improves and is doing everything right. So yeah, can ask no more of the dog. He's doing everything right.
I saw he was owned by Alan Lyas, had some very good success in owning greyhounds. How did that connection come about?
I pre-trained some for Brett Mackey, and when he was going so well, I said, I suppose you want him back now? And Brett said, no, that wasn't the deal. So he's staying at home. So
All yours. Good job.
thank you.
There we go, boys. Dawn Johnson, very happy. So she should be.
Yeah, absolutely, Jace. I just love the pattern that dog showed, and Dawn's a very good preparer of dogs. She's races her dogs selectively in a good way and places them perfectly. So good, and a good start to the night too. First four in order, and you both of us were on the winner there, so Nave. So we're happy with that. We're on the board.
Yeah, it's a good